Hello everyone, and welcome back to As Far as the Eye, where we are currently struggling with the Whisper tribe in order to survive amidst a tempest, just in time for a bunch of wood-eating rodents to also arrive and eat our extra stores of wood, while we are trying to escape the rising seas that are beginning to lap at our feet. Oh my gosh. I am quite worried that we might be about to lose our second tribe, our whispers, and I really don't want that to happen. So we are going to try our hardest in order to keep the tribe going. And I think it is finally time to dip into our deep stores of knowledge. So in order to be able to survive and leave this area, we need to be able to leave before we run out of food, before the tempest destroys everything, and before the sea rises too high. And right now, what's holding us back from leaving is we don't have enough stone. And that stone can only be gathered at a quarry. We only have one quarry. And during the tempest, we actually are not able to build anything new. We cannot harvest resources in mountains. We can't unpack mobile buildings. I am so concerned about what the heck we're going to do. And the only thing I can think to come up with is that we should at least try. Gosh, there really are no sources that aren't from mountains. I can't believe not being able to harvest from mountains is just it just might almost spell the end for us. We only have one plot over here that is a hill that happens to have some stone in it, but we're going to do our best to at least try to survive and gather what we can. And so if we come over to the caravan, there is actually a special skill that I have enough knowledge points that we could use that's called multifunction. Pupils can harvest resources normally only accessible from a building with the caravan. Harvesting a resource from the caravan does not grant experience in expert trades, which is just fine by us if we can at least harvest some of the nearby resources. And after looking over pretty much everything else that we had for options, I think that is the best thing to possibly spend our knowledge points on. So we're going to do it. 750 knowledge points. If we can at least... We had to put away all of the buildings. We can only pick one thing? Oh my gosh, we can only pick one thing? I mean... Multifunction, I mean, oh, come on. The wool's not going to help us. The stone would, but there's not, okay, we might need to do a little bit more adventuring. I thought we could be able to like harvest stone, but we can't harvest from mountains. All right, we need to do some adventuring. Waiting for resources, and you can't repair those without the resources. All right, it's time to go a little adventuring. T is also reading for resources. Let's go here. And we're just gonna have to see what we can find. Meanwhile, our yellow-bellied brothers, Beardy and Sylvie, who have guided us so far by helping us to chop down forest and being able to give us so much of the knowledge we currently have, during a big event like this, they're yellow-bellied, so they're both cowering and too scared to do anything. It really is, at this point, almost all up to Polly, who is over here gathering as much stone as they can, as quickly as they can. And we're just gonna have to hope they can't ever become an expert at what they do. And now the rodents are here? Ah, okay. Thankfully, it doesn't seem that they ate too many of our wood pieces. Okay, and there's unfortunately nothing we can harvest from down here that's useful. Alright, let's come over here. Come on. I need more stone that's in the ground. Come on, Polly! Alright, let's see. T? No, that's a mountain. Oh, we only have 20 turns before we have too much of the rising sea. And the tempest is basically going to stay with us the whole time. Come on, Polly! Amnesia! In the morning, as they get up with enthusiasm to start the workday, the pupils realize they no longer remember the ideas they had in recent weeks. And we're gonna lose our knowledge points? Are you kidding me? So they have amnesia now? On top of everything else? This is almost too much, I swear. This is almost too much to cope with. Oh my word. Alright, let's see. T has nothing to do. Sylvie has nothing to do. Okay, hang on. Sylvie... You're yellow-bellied, so you won't move. T, you need to come over and start gathering this pumpkin. And Sylvia won't do anything. And Polly, I mean, and the other thing is, this is a mobile quarry. It is actively getting destroyed by the wind. And we can't build... I wonder if we can repair. Oh, my knowledge points! Can I repair this? With a little bit of steel stone. We have to be so careful with that steel. And wool. And we don't have enough wool. So I guess I could try to... And now we don't have the knowledge points! Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Alright, and Beardy won't do anything while the storm rages on. I should have absolutely arrived at this halt, and all work should have gone just immediately and entirely into doing whatever it took to get what we needed to move on. We're out of food! I don't want to watch the whispers die again! Oh, I don't want to watch this happen again. Oh, this is so terrible. We made it so far. I had so much hope for what we were doing. Polly is trying so hard. Oh, I have to see this through, don't I? Oh, I hate this. Oh. Sylvie died from sickness. And... T. Akamas. The last of the stones we're frantically trying to collect. Food is low. I mean, the last moments that we have with Koti, with Beardy, and with Polly. And it's over, friends. Defeat. Dang it! Dang it! You take with you the last glimmers of the spirits that inhabited them. You tried to guide them, to carry them, to give them the right directions and the right actions. The results of your vain attempts is in front of you. See their clothes washed up upon the plains, on the mountains, in the forest. You could lift them if you did not, in turn, become so weak. You feel that your reason for being takes you elsewhere. Another tribe awaits you. This is supposed to be easy peasy tribe! Oh my gosh! Like, do I need a custom game where we just start in the west with like a ridiculous amount of food and like we just carry on? Like, I mean, I'm tempted to start a custom game now that we have lost the normal one twice and just give us a ton of food to give us a little bit of leeway. Ah, whispers. Oh my gosh. That makes me so sad because they were doing so good. And I mean, I guess it's my fault for, but at the same time, it's all so random. And oh man, it's like Niche and Rimworld had a baby and that's as far as the eye. Oh, you guys. All right. All right. So if third time is the charm and you start with 1,600 food and 3 pupils, if third time's the charm, the whispers and the sighs. This is going to be the Sigh tribe. And let's do our best. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be the Sigh tribe. Maybe distantly related to the tribe that we just had, but ow, ow, ow. And they can go 2 directions, to the medium marsh halt if we had a trapper level 2, very important to note that, or if we had, and if we have a lot of stone, or they can go to the small protected halt, and that also needs a trapper level 2, so we need a bird expert. And maybe we can imagine that the sighs are perhaps part of the Whispers lineage, and they exchange some bird knowledge and are like a distant cousin. We can go down the way of the fox, which needs to have a bunch of meat and fish. Or we could go across the frozen lake, which would take us to the medium marsh halt, and that would take stone. And then we could follow the dry path if we had a lot of pumpkin and wool to the big marsh, or we could go ahead and come down to the medium ancient forest. Ooh, with knowledge and herbalism. I think I know where I want to go. Okay. All right. We're probably going to go stone and wisdom and knowledge route, I think. But let's see what we have here. To the size, which is a little bit of a funky name for our tribe. And Itona is the name of our caravan this time. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, we would need a lot of stone if we wanted to be able to move on. Let's do a little bit of exploring and see what we found. We found remains. We found a mountain. We found a lot of plains, so we could get a ton of cereal and become bakers, which is not going to help us if we need to have like a level 2. Well, we could get a level 2 trapper, actually, and enough food to be able to move on, I think. And then focus on getting knowledge, and the knowledge doesn't take up resources and can be passively gathered too. Interesting. And the spices. So I think we want to look to see if there's enough stone here to go across the frozen lake. But so far no stone, but a lot of plains. So come along, Itona. We're gonna carry on with our exploring. All right. And actually, I feel fine doing a bit of exploring before we settle. Our food is going down a little bit. Oh my word. What is this? An aura? Aura protective. Aura has a protective influence on steel. This resource cannot be harvested. Pupils who harvest other resources in this area are 50% less effective. Select the aura to know its range. Send a pupil to calm the aura and render its influence positive on steel. So we can't gather steel in this aura, and we cannot gather careful. Oh my gosh. So now this one has just like this gigantic thing in the middle that's like, yeah, you can't gather stuff from here. But it has hills full of stone. Oh my gosh. But we have to be careful for the aura, because if we tried to gather by the aura, we wouldn't be able to get enough food. Or we wouldn't be able to be very efficient there. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, we need stone to be able to get to the next area. We need a trapper. And here are some birds on the plain. So let's come this way. Okay, and it looks like we don't have any other pack animals so far. Not good. Not good. And let's try to settle down on this bog, perhaps? Because I need the wood, but the wood is going to be influenced over here by the aura. I should have stayed over here where we had all of this wood. That's what I should have done. Should I come back down here to gather up all that wood because we really need it to get started? Yeah. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And now we've discovered an aura of all things. In fact, let's name this tribe, instead of the size, let's go with the aura tribe. Because they are now part of the... Here we go. But they are the aura tribe because they have now seen an aura, and it has wiped away their size and left them with awe. Let's go with the awe tribe. And we have Kalua, the awe tribe, resurrection. When this pupil dies, another comes into the tribe with no trade and new random traits. Oh my gosh. And somehow Kalua has the ability to be resurrected, but cannot collect any of the stone that we need to get to the next area. We found which one will be the trapper. Then we have Zuman, who won't consume food when they're not doing anything, but they cannot go across mountains. And then we have the resurrection tribe. Okay, this is the awe tribe for sure. No, wait. That was Kalua again. All right. And then we have, no, look, Nyuko also has resurrection as well. An elitist. They can't harvest from the caravan. Really? Really? Exactly when we need wood? Exactly when we need wood? Okay, that's not as negative as it could be. Because we can set the other two to start gathering right away, but we're gonna need a building then, like really quickly. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, this will be the Awe tribe because they definitely are in awe, and two of them, perhaps the two of them who can be resurrected actually end up being able to be resurrected because of their experience with this aura. They were the size, and then that was just blasted out of them by their experience with the aura. So, all right, we're gonna have them start gathering wood, those of them who will deign themselves to do so. We cannot do that with this one, Neon. Neon. I think we're gonna shorten that name to just Neon because they will not gather if there's not a building. But so that means you're going to be an explorer. All right, and we're going to change Kalua's color to green. There we go. There's no pack animals, so there's not really a point in gathering too many pupils into the tribe right now. And Ziaman, I'm going to change their color into, let's go with gray actually, because I have a feeling that you're going to be, or yeah, like a gray. Let's go with black, because you're going to be my stone gatherer. And I'm going to need to gather a lot of stone. Alright, there we go. A pack animal, yes! Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, it's going to be tricky to tame that one, I think, but we'll manage it. And then let's come over and we'll set our goal of getting to Trapper 2 and that stone first. Fingers crossed we'll be able to pull it off. And then we're gathering up the wood, and as soon as that is done, we need to start thinking about food. And if we're going to start thinking about food, then probably, especially because we need to get to Trapper level 2. Oh, I hurt inside and miss our whispers. But hopefully the Awe tribe will learn from the lessons. They learned from the whispers. They're distant cousins who learned the ways of gathering from the birds because they will need to go up to level 2 on Trapper. So yeah, we're going to get the, if I can, we're going to have to make it out of wood for now, but then eventually we will actually work on getting the steel, the stone, and the wool prepared. But a hunter's lodge. And we will build the hunter's lodge atop this plane, or this plane, or this plane, anywhere where it's right next to some birds. And then we will need to make a cookhouse and just keep going. Alright, come along, Neon. Search around all these corners. The aura, unfortunately, spreads quite far. Oh, wow! I mean, this is the Awe tribe, because just look at the place that they have found themselves. And now Neon, the elitist, finds themselves next to a sacred site where they can retrieve or exchange resources, or we can send an herbalist or druid, and we are right next to some remains. Oh my gosh. And then if we select a pupil to calm the aura, then we might be able to make it easier to work around here. So maybe that's Neon's duty. Maybe that's what we'll do here first. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with the Awe tribe and Neon's abilities here before we do anything else. And we're definitely going to want to be much more cautious, careful, and persistent with how we try to gather up the resources and protect our tribe next time. And we'll just have to see how this story unfolds with the Awe tribe, formerly the Sighs, and we will remember the whispers on the wind. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.